Hey, super happy Thursday morning to you all. Welcome to Coffee with Scott. Thank you for stopping by. Whenever you're stopping by to watch the replay to sip a beverage with me and learn about this morning routine stuff. My kids, I think, are finally going to have school today, first time this week, which means I finally get to be more productive. I've still had my blocks in the morning, but my afternoon's been a little shaky with playing with the kids in the snow. So today's topic is about that productivity, especially that morning productivity. And again, as I mentioned, we kind of went through taking care of ourselves, mentally, physically, emotionally, with some journaling and working out and nutrition, and we've done all that stuff. And now we're getting into really making your day productive. And I want to add here before we're going to do a wrap up in the next week. And kind of tie this all together, but I do want to keep in mind as we're building on this, realize that this should not be a 2.5 hour, 3 hour ordeal. It really can be as short or moderate as you want it to be. Again, mine's 5:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. here, and then I come chat with you, and then the nutrition stuff is out there, and then a little bit at 9 a.m. And that's a personal choice by me, but you can really get almost all of this done in a half an hour. A little bit of journaling, a chapter of reading, 5 to 10 minutes of movement. A lot of this stuff can be done in a very short period of time. So don't let this overwhelm you. What you need to do is go through all the things that we've talked about and pick out the things that are important to you that help you reach your goals. If you're as fit and healthy as you choose to be, then some of that stuff's not as important to you. I still think you should move, maybe stretch just a little bit. If meditation is not your jam or journaling is something that's tough for you, doesn't mean it won't be good for you, but leave those things out and just do the things that you like to do that are a good part of your morning routine that create a good positive momentum for you throughout the day. So it can be a shorter piece. Don't get overwhelmed by this. But now that we're sitting down to work, that's the part of the morning routine that really should be focused on productivity. So yesterday we talked about mapping out your day, writing down your to-do list, your task list, your schedules. And again, I'm a big fan of doing that the night before, and then the morning really is just checking it to make sure everything's in place and you don't have any conflicts. But today I want to talk about a very, very important part of that mapping out your day, and that is eliminating any chaos that could potentially come up. And I don't think you can ever eliminate chaos. Obviously, like I said, the last couple of days, I had a good plan, and then all of a sudden my kids don't have school, so that changes things. So you're going to have some chaos in your life. It's got to be expected. You got to eliminate as much as you possibly can to keep you on track throughout your day. When you make a plan, trying to stay with it. I want you to try to eliminate any unnecessary stress. Two of the best ways to do that, and we've already talked about them, but now we start talking about this productivity, is at this point in the day, I don't feel like you should have looked at your phone. I don't feel like you should have opened up your email. I don't think you should have checked Facebook, unless you're watching my show. How contradictory is that? You get the point, though. And I mentioned to you how much I love my new alarm clock, the sunlight alarm clock, which I still haven't seen. Like today I woke up at 5:09. It was designed to go off at 5:11 for the half hour of sunrise until 5:41. I woke up at 5:09. I left. I never saw the sunshine part of it. To some degree, I think that is the alarm clock and the fact that I have gotten into a good rhythm. But I think another part of it is I've eliminated my phone and iPad from the house. Like I do all my workout here. Even at night, if I'm about to go to bed and I want to check on something, I come out here and I check on it and I go back inside. So I don't have phones by my bedside. I don't use it as my alarm anymore, and I used to. I didn't check it very much, but it was still there. And I really feel like I'm sleeping better and all that stuff's going on because I don't have any. I said I didn't check it much, but every once in a while there's something, right? Like this morning, I would have checked it because I had some stuff going on by email that I wanted information on, but I didn't have it. Otherwise, I probably would have checked it first thing this morning just for that important piece of information, right? If we eliminate all that and we come in wherever you go, take care of yourself, do all that stuff, and you sit down and you think about your most important tasks without being distracted by those urgent things, from your email, from your phone, from Facebook, you're going to be more on task. You're going to eliminate that chaos that just takes your day away, right? It steals your day. You have this plan, and all of a sudden you get an email like, oh, I got to deal with that. You start dealing with that, and that leads to another problem. I shouldn't say problem. It leads to another thing, a string of emails, and then while you're there, you check something else, and you get lost in that cycle. And I'm saying, beginning of the day, don't get lost in that cycle. Set your time. Don't open all that stuff. Eliminate any chaos. Eliminate any distractions. Take a few minutes to just journal or map out your day. Take a few minutes to work with your calendar. Put all your to-do list on there. Block out certain parts of time to do those tasks, and don't give them up for anything. Don't allow them to be taken away. And that's not an 8-hour block. It's not like you say, hey, don't bother me for 8 hours. It's a half hour here. It's an hour here. It's times where you can work on the projects that are the most important to you. And if you work on those important things, again, a lot of the urgent things won't seem so urgent. Do not leave your day to chance. You just can't. You can't allow everybody else to take control of your agenda. Which brings me to another point. Not only should you clean up that schedule, those time blocks, but you really should consider cleaning up your physical space and getting organized. What's the saying? It's a cluttered desk is a sign of a cluttered mind, right? If you're working in a space, clear it out. It's another distraction, and I've seen a lot in my travels around the country. Seen a lot of doctors in their practices. Seen a lot of desks, and I can see how much it affects doctors when they have this desk. They come over and check something. They're seeing patients, and there's just a stack of files there, maybe that they haven't gotten done, or paperwork that they need to do, or requests from their staff, whatever it might be. And they look at it, and they just have that pause, like, what's in there? I need to do that. I'll get to it in a minute. It's just always a distraction, right? A clear desk doesn't do that. A clear desk allows you to focus on the one thing that you put on that desk. And when you're working on one thing, you should be working on one thing. Multitasking is a myth. We've gone through that before. I don't want to get into that today. But I really need you to get everything that you need set up in the right space. One of the reasons I have different spaces in my office so that when I'm there, I try to stay there. But it's tough. It's like I said, sometimes when I'm working out, and I do have something going on in work later in the afternoon, I'll come over here and check an email between rest sets. That's not the best. And again, towards the afternoon, I'm not as good about it. But in the mornings, I want you to set up your spaces to be productive. And if you have this project that you're working on, maybe it's a separate space. Maybe you go into a different room in the office. And that's where you keep stuff in a drawer and you pull it out and you work on it. Then you focus and work on that. So I want you to try to eliminate the chaos, again, especially when it comes to your most productive tasks, your most important roles. And make sure that you get good work starting on the day. You know that if you knock out either one big task or several little tasks that have been bugging you, that you'll feel better throughout the day. You'll get some positive momentum. You'll be moving in the right direction, and it will help you finish your day strong. It's like we talked about with nutrition the other day. If you eat something bad for breakfast, odds are lunch isn't going to be that great either. Like, you're just in that mode. Same thing here. If you eat something healthy for your productivity, you get things cleaned up and you feel good about it, you'll be more productive throughout the day as well. If your day starts off with chaos, it's probably going to end with chaos. So eliminate your chaos. Take good care of your schedule, especially first thing in the morning. Come back, see me tomorrow. We're going to talk about prioritizing. So good follow-up to what we just talked about as far as what did we just talk about? Getting rid of the chaos, is then you'll have that time to prioritize and take care of your most important tasks. Talk about that tomorrow. Everybody have a great day. Enjoy your coffee or whatever warm beverage you have, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.